Okay, what we're doing is we are having a discussion about the hot spots and the cool spots of the retreat on Thursday. We're thinking about which things went well and what we liked, and which things didn't go well and things that maybe we didn't like. So Christian's going to start us off. What were the hot spots of the day?
Okay. So I thought it was kind of cool that we got breaks, and I thought the movie was really kind of like heart moving, I guess. I thought it was really important that everybody should know that bullying is very, very wrong. And another cool thing I thought we had was lunch. That was fun. We got to play outside, eat outside, and so yeah, it's just.
So breaking up the sessions with like activity time and snacks and lunch, that was all good. Okay. It didn't feel like you were sitting too long?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I mean it kind of did, I guess.
It did it sometimes?
It's sometimes, yeah, but then sometimes it was more active, kind of cool.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Christian.
Eric,
Eric?
I thought it was pretty good. There's nothing really wrong with it, but we're sitting there inside this building, staring outside at the sunny, warm weather.
I know.
It's like, why couldn't we just do that outside? It'd be cool. Like, the times we didn't need the projector or something like that, why, like, if they were just talking to us or it was like, why, we could just go outside to the benches and come back inside or something.
So your recommendation is for us to have some of it inside, some of it outside,
Right.
split it up,
Especially on a
maybe
Sunday.
do some smaller group kinds of discussions versus
Kinda like
some
that.
larger group.
And, what else was it that didn't work? It was the thing with the
When we went outside, is that it?
yeah, that thing,
Yeah.
like, the reflection, or like,
The sunshine
write about
cloud.
your day, and it's like,
Oh,
We
the
didn't-
journaling activity.
yeah, like, I didn't get it. And then,
It's kind of like what we're doing now.
and then the thing with the signs, like,
I
Yeah.
didn't see that at all.
it didn't make, it just, I mean, I understand
with the
it,
signs.
and like, they should have, instead of like, cloud and sunshine,
Oh, that.
like, just you and sign.
I think it's just because sometimes like us being
Depressed people.
no since I guess it's kind of coming from a guy's opinion, it's not as fun as it was if it was from a girl's opinion.
Ah.
Because we like to be like whatever, we don't care what we see like.
It wasn't
No.
interactive enough. That's all I'm
Unless you're
saying.
Isaiah.
Okay.
There's so many.
So the whole metaphor that Mrs. Howard created of the sun and the cloud and the sign and the person,
John.
was that lost on you? Were you confused by that metaphor?
Yeah, I have a
Christian?
question.
Yes.
Not a question, a comment. I think that we should have just had, I agree with Eric, I think that we should just have had a person and a sign and no sun or cloud or drops or heaven. Anyways, I thought that we should have a person and a sign, except that the person should be much bigger and the sign should be much bigger. And speaking of things being bigger, the circle that you had to split up into pieces, I thought that should have been much, much larger, because it's kind of hard to explain like all about yourself in like tiny little things. And then again with I don't think we should have had to just write the
Journal.
physical differences or everything in those little pieces. I think we should have wrote like whatever we want, like kindness or humor or something like
Yeah,
that,
it
instead
should-
of
it
just
should-
writing.
More-
No
p-
offense.
It should have been more specific.
So you felt like you define yourself in other ways in those 9 markers?
Yeah,
and it was
for
too
sure.
too limiting,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
much
but-
too limited.
much too limiting.
So more of our opinion.
It's
So
like-
more we needed more like our opinion, not what they think. It should be like what we
Yeah.
think.
Oh, sure.
Riley?
I think that they should have the movie first because like that would kind of like bring more like thoughts
Discussion.
into your head. More
Yeah,
discussion
yeah, actually-
about
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Because then the whole time they were like, they didn't focus on anything but that, like, the gays and lesbians are like more bullied, like, because they knew the movie was coming and we didn't. That's what they focused on, because that's what they knew was coming. If they have it at the beginning, then everybody can talk about it.
Okay.
and,
Interesting.
It's
Did you think that the movie was kind of like a high point in the day?
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
they should have had
What?
movie and the breaks.
Movie in the breaks?
Um,
Before we move on, did you understand what all those things represented though? Like what did the sun represent in that?
The sun represented. Oh,
Good
can I
influences.
say that?
Yeah.
The sun represented like good influences, like who and then the cloud was bad influences, and probably the biggest one was like TV or video games. And then the person represented like what you think of yourself, and then the little sign represented what you think that other people think about you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's really good. So you got that. You didn't. That wasn't lost on you.
Oh,
No,
sure.
it's just-
But I just thought
Jacob.
Pushes.
When they said team building activities, I thought we'd be doing.
Yeah,
the
they
circle
said.
sits.
Yeah,
The circle
yeah.
sits.
I mean, like what we were doing a couple advisories ago, like
I
different.
yeah.
You thought we
I
got
thought
in
we'd
the
be doing
woods.
outdoor
Yeah.
activities, so that's why. I
Yeah, that'd be
thought
really
we were
nice.
going
That would be
out.
Yeah, yeah.
Outside,
Why did we
just
need
done it.
tennis? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people even said that they would have rather done this at school than there because it was basically
Oh,
like
I-
pointless to take
Yeah, what
a
is the
long
point?
bus.
We could use
Yeah,
the
it's
library.
almost
I was-
pointless to just like go on a long bus ride to some place where you like only get to go outside.
It's
like, 3
amazing
times.
parks.
Well, you know.
And it has a great hike. It's one of the best days.
I
of
think they should have like
that we'll
hikes
ever
too.
have throughout
this
the
season.
season.
No, I think if it was rainy, it'd be
And
like
we're
you know.
inside the whole time. Why didn't we just
During
go to the
outside.
library lecture room or something?
Yeah,
And-
really.
I mean, I guess they wanted to.
What did you think? If we were to go outside more, if we would have utilized the
Definitely.
park, would it made sense to go
I think
off
we should
campus?
Yes.
Definitely.
So it wasn't that you didn't want to go off campus. It's that when we did go off campus, we didn't go outside.
Yeah, that
We
was
didn't do
fun.
anything. It was
Okay.
like such a nice day.
I think we should have like maybe taken some sort of hike.
And brought more
They
water
have a
bottles.
great.
I think it's not because we went. I think it's not because we didn't go outside. I think it's because our breaks weren't long enough. Like 15 minutes. That's like just going to school. That we actually would spend more time outside during PE than we did that day. Yeah, we had 3 breaks, and that was 45 minutes, and we usually had an hour outside because we had PE, which was 40 minutes, 45.
Like,
Yeah.
3.
2 30-minute breaks. That would have been awesome.
No, and then a lunch break.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah, the lunch break should have been a little bit longer.
What was
Yeah.
everyone's favorite activity?
Lunch.
This is like the major hotspot.
break
And it can't be
movie.
breaks or lunch.
Oh.
I mean something we did for learning.
Probably the movie.
Yeah, talk.
Maybe
Let's go around the circle. Start with Jared. What was your favorite thing?
Besides the breaks.
Yes. Besides the breaks. You liked the movie. What was your least favorite activity?
The self-marketing.
The self-marketing
Yeah, I
thing?
didn't get that.
Okay.
It's like-
Christian?
Christian.
Movie for show.
What was your least favorite?
Humming along for show.
Humming along. Okay.
Oh yeah, humming along was probably. I didn't get the point.
Um,
What was the point?
Probably the movie was my favorite and humming along.
oh, at the end when we had that thing that
Okay,
we
hold
were.
on. It's Jacob's turn.
The movie was good, and so was the thing when they showed us the models.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
Pictures,
The-
it was really cool.
The models.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
that was
awesome.
So
It was
cool.
freaky
And,
though.
yeah, probably the thing that
Oh,
I
that was
didn't
the dove.
I didn't like much was the humming along.
Oh yeah, that was probably the movie and the dove thing. Oh yeah, and the popcorn. But my least favorite things were some of those minor activities.
Uh-huh.
I didn't mind humming along, but some of the things like the circle graph, the self-marketing.
like this
It's just a waste of time.
It's just
and
kind of.
paper.
I think
and
it's.
I know they're trying to be creative in this stuff and make it fun, but it just.
When we had to do that green thing and you like what you would do if you saw this situation. First
Oh,
off,
the
it wasn't
quiz?
really accurate, and we finished it and you like threw it away. Like
Yeah,
why did we have to do that? And then the thing at the end where we went in 2 lines. Like I thought they should
That was-
emphasize on that more. Instead
Yeah,
of like
they
it was
should-
like 5 minutes and then we're like, oh, we're done.
So that could have been longer.
They should have like asked a ton
We did
more
something like
questions.
that. Remember at CVEEC?
Yeah, we did that.
We did that exact same
The exact same thing.
My favorite thing was my favorite thing
No,
was
they
a
should make it
movie,
like a game.
and then my
Not like-
least favorite thing is the sun cloud sign human thingy.
Okay.
I think it would have helped if we had like more stuff to. No, not more stuff to do. I mean, I think some of the stuff it wasn't childish, but I think some of the stuff that they think we didn't know that they needed to teach us,
we already knew him. We didn't need to know. That's why half of the time it was so boring.
Yeah.
Well, not well. I mean, sorry, but it was kind of boring half the time because we already knew the stuff and we were just going over it and over
What
it
did you already know?
again. Like almost all of it.
Like the 9 markers of
It was
diversity?
about bullying.
The only thing I didn't know was that about the kid. That's the only the first thing I didn't know was that the kid.
John?
Like, we virtually have like 0 bullying in our school.
Yeah.
Compared
And
to
I don't-
most schools.
no, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't get why we have so many like bullying workshops and lectures.
Well, wait, can I answer that?
Even though there's virtually no
I
bullying.
think it's they're
Can I
trying.
answer that, please?
I don't get that.
The reason they did that, well, here's my guess for the reason they did that, is Old Trail is a really, really good school. No bullying, no, really, but the only reason they probably did that was because it depends on what high school you go to. Maybe if you go to college, because outside of different high schools have different things, but some high schools like I don't really know, but some high schools are just
Firestone.
really, really bad on bullying. Like they don't even care. Like, oh, whatever, he got bullied, haha, whatever. But like here, like the teacher's like, oh, you got bullied, detention, and then like and if it gets really bad, suspended. And,
Could you
like,
not?
but it just. I just think it's like high schools. It just like different schools are much worse than bullying than Old Trail, and that's what they're kind of trying to prepare you for if it were to happen.
Well, you know, and Christian, that's well said. But remember that there is a whole spectrum of bullying, and the physical stuff that we saw in the movie is like the most extreme
But
and
that
severe.
doesn't happen as much nowadays.
Maybe
That's all
maybe
cyber-
that's
it's
true.
But it
all
still
cyber-
does.
all cyber.
But you're right. Cyberbullying is probably the main thing, right?
And we didn't focus on.
But
We didn't even mention.
We
that.
didn't. That's true.
And so I was just.
But bullying starts in smaller ways. It starts with words. So there's definitely some bullying that exists in this school. I hear the way the kids talk to each other. And the other thing I think we learned is the line between joking around and just meaning it as a funny joke with your
Here we
friend
go.
versus saying something that is
All
offensive.
pointed towards
Do you remember what we
I
learned
hate
about
you,
that?
I love
How do you know the difference between the two?
Oh, I know it.
It's the way that it is what?
Said.
Interpreted, the way that it's
Interpreted.
received.
The way that it's conveyed.
The way that it's received. So if I say
Conveyed.
something to Vikash that I mean as a joke, but he takes it as an insult,
Except we
is
don't.
Look like broccoli.
Let's finish this thought.
Mr.
Let's finish this thought. If I say something to Vikash and I mean it as a joke, but he takes it as an insult, what is it? Is it bullying or is it a
Bullying.
joke?
It's a
Bullying.
It's bullying.
It's bullying because he doesn't know it's a
No,
joke.
I know.
Exactly. So that's the kind of stuff that happens at Old Trail sometimes. Is people mean it one way and a person receives it another way.
But that's only happen. We don't do that because we kind of all hang out with these people. Yeah.
I think in our last year 8th grade class there was a kid or a couple of kids who that was a little more severe, but I think our grade. I mean
You guys are really nice to each other.
But-
You really are.
Yeah.
We cool.
You're nice kids. We're lucky in that way. The last thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to go downstairs, is the 9 markers of diversity and the empathy quiz. It's something you're going to want to hold on to in your mind because our unit in art and reading with American-born Chinese and the storyboards is going to focus around those ideas, boys. And you're going to select one of the 9 markers of diversity, and you're going to end up interviewing someone that represents that marker of diversity or having an experience with them.
Keep looking away.
And your storyboard, are we listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Your storyboard that you create is going to be based on that marker of diversity. So be thinking about that in the next couple of days. Does anyone have an idea of which marker they'd like to focus on already?
Ethnicity.
John wants to do ethnicity. Does anyone else have an idea of what they want to do? You want to do
No,
ethnicity?
you bet.
Religion.
Oh, religion?
Hold on.
Kind of religion
Were
too.
you popular when you were in like grade school?
My dad's
In, like-
That's a loaded question right
How
there.
many
Yeah.
friends do you have?
All right,
This is
I
on
think
video,
we
too.
better turn that off now.
No, come on.